All right, we'll be giving away a gallon of fish and seaweed and a gallon of fish fertilizer at the end of the presentation. Thank you. So we're located in Gloucester, Massachusetts, which is a big fishing port. And the parent company is a seafood company. This is a picture of me holding some of our products at right on our dock. So this is where we unload the fishing boats and we fillet the fish. It's a family business. Out of 45 employees, 16 of us are family. It's been in the family for over 100 years. And in the 80s, there was a plant that took all the fish remains and made pet food, and they went out of business. So we were forced to pay fishermen to take it back out to sea and dump it. And the fish is 60 to 70% is left over after you fillet it. So now we're able to utilize 100% of the fish by turning the rest into fertilizer. So we unload the boats, and we have a cold process all the way through. So it's a fresh fish, so it doesn't stink. And we have a cold process, protects all your heat-sensitive nutrients, keeps the enzymes alive. We grind it up, we liquefy it, we stabilize it, bring the pH down to 3.5 so it won't rot. And then we screen it so it won't clog sprayers. And it's much better than a fish emulsion because it's all different species of fish from the very cold, clean, dark, mineral-rich North Atlantic Ocean. And we don't cook it, and we don't remove anything but the fillet. So it doesn't stink, and it's not thick like an emulsion. It's much better quality product. Organic, so it's safe. We have 5 organic liquid fertilizers, the straight fish fertilizer, and we have the fish and seaweed blend, and the seaweed liquid straight seaweed plant food, and then we have a lawn starter turf formula, and then the tomato and veg and the rose and flowering were developed for the cannabis market for a veg and a flowering, and they contain fish, seaweed, molasses, humate, yucca, biological microbes, and liquid calcium. So it's a real high energy mix, shows amazing results. We sell to a lot of people that go to giant fruit, vegetables. Great, really brings out the color on flowers. We sell to a lot of hop growers. Huge cabbage, watermelons, that's a beet. And obviously it works on everything that grows, so not only increases your yield, but it really increases the quality. You get a lot of flavor. This woman here, she's an amateur who grew in her driveway. This is her turnaround of her driveway, and she's 6 feet tall. So you can see how big it is, and she just put in some crab shell in the soil before she planted, and came back and fed it with the liquid fish and seaweed, and that's all she used. And as you can see, it's enormous. Again, the quality, the aroma, the flavor really increases. It raises the bricks in the plant, the sugars, so it's less susceptible to insect damage and disease. Then we have a couple dry products, the crab and the lobster shell. That's fantastic. It's got 17 to 23% calcium and 1 to 1.7% magnesium. It's high in something called chitin, which builds chitin-eating bacteria in the soil, and it helps with any grubs, ants, fungus, root nematodes, but especially powdery mildew, any type of fungus or blight. It really helps with that. And the chunks of the shell, the roots will reach down and wrap around them for a food source, so it drives your roots really deep. And it's a 530 NPK. And then you've got the kelp meal, which is just ground up seaweed harvested along the coast in New England. So it's very also cold, clean, dark, mineral-rich water, which has all the nutrients in nature's perfect balance naturally in it. And so you mix the kelp meal in, and it has a lot of trace minerals in your root system, which is what you really want, because that's what roots need. And it aerates the soil, it builds the organic matter, helps it, just basically aerating it. And then when your roots are really deep, you're going to have a much higher yield, much stronger plant. For those you till in the soil, this is just showing you how it really greened up a lawn. It was put on real haphazardly, but you can clearly see where they went and where they didn't. So our liquid is, this is Omri, organic approved fish fertilizer. It's 1 ounce per gallon of water, so it goes a real long way. You can feed up to every 3 days if you let the plants dry out in between feeding. Then they're thirsty, so when you add the liquid fertilizer with your water, it's just going to get absorbed right into the plant, and you'll see results the next day, literally. It really makes everything extremely healthy and happy, and really increases the yield. We sell it anywhere from a pint, quart, gallon, 5-gallon pail, 55-gallon drum, 275-gallon totes, and 4,600-gallon tanker trucks. So it goes to farmers all over the country in all different sizes. And then the fish and seaweed blend, 75% fish, 25% seaweed. Seaweed's great for all the trace minerals. And this is a straight liquid seaweed, excellent foliar feed. Again, 1 ounce per gallon of water. It'll wipe out powdery mildew, great for anything like that. Just really helps with the stress of the plant. Helps build the sugars like the fish, makes it less susceptible to insect damage and disease. There's your crab shell, that comes in 4-pound, 12-pound, and 50-pound bags. Kelp meal, all the same sizes. It retains moisture in the soil. It doubles in size when it gets wet. It beads up like a polymer. So it really helps build your organic matter in your soil. And there's your the tomato and veg, obviously for your vegging stage. A lot of products in it. It's not Omri listed, but it is made with all our organic ingredients. It could be Omri listed. Rosin flowering, all the same ingredients, just in varying amounts, developed by medical growers. This is what people were asking for. A lot of the products people are using anyway, but using all different products now, you can get everything in one product. So extremely beneficial, and the feedback we've been getting on this product is phenomenal. Everybody loves it. It just really, really increases the quality and the yield. Makes very strong plants. Lawn starter, turf formula. This is all our different displays, things, all the different packs. And this is our warehouse where we bottle it, label it, and where our offices are. So it's done real stinky like our old offices where we manufactured it. So that's basically it. That's everything that we have, how we make it, where we're located, why it works so well. So we'll just see if anyone has any questions. Ask me something. Whatever you dilute, you have to use up. Don't store it diluted because the pH goes up. You won't need any pH down products with this because it's got a low pH anyway. The granular fish, no, because when you cook fish to dry it, you ruin it. So we don't have granular fish, just liquid, but we do have the kelp meal and the crab shell. Mix those in nice and deep, and your roots are going to really benefit and become a huge root system, very deep, thick stems, high yield, really good quality.
What's the dilution rate?
It's 1 ounce per gallon of water. So like a pint is 18 ounces, it makes 18 gallons. It goes a long way. A gallon, we're giving away a couple gallons, that's 128 gallons of fertilizer per gallon. So it goes a long way. Just
You can't mix it
if you're gonna use it hydro or irrigation water, just go very lightly so it doesn't smell. You can use it, it works great, but once you dilute it, the pH goes up, it's no longer stable, and it's liquid fish and seaweed, so it'll start to smell if you store it diluted. So you want to use it up, whatever you mix. But if you go like a constant feed in a hydro system with just a small amount, it's not enough to smell, and it still gives it the nutrition. And you can foliar feed, 1 ounce per gallon of water, and that way all the nutrition, it's systemic, which means it'll go right into the plant. And all the nitrogen's chelated, so it's readily available the day you apply it, so you really see quick results. If anything's looking sick at all, give it some of this and it'll perk it right up. And building the sugars is really going to help your flavor, and it makes everything, smell great, taste great, and sugar also keeps insects away because they can't digest it. The insects are nature's way of getting rid of the weaker dying plants and letting the strong ones survive. So if you have a real strong, healthy plant, you're going to have a lot less insect and disease.
You said this is your seed that would help with powdery mildew?
Yeah, we've had people that have had powdery mildew and they foliar feed the seaweed and it's like gone the next day. Maybe 2 applications at tops, it'll be 100% gone. But most of it, 80 to 90% will be gone with the first application.
Isn't kelp or seaweed or both actually used ingested in human?
Yeah, it's really good for people, animals. We sell it for animal feed to farms, but it's healthy for people. It's called Ascophyllum nodosum is the technical name, but that's widely known as the best seaweed available for plants. And the way they harvest it is they start cutting, and it's not ripped off the rocks, it's cut. So you cut. By the time you're done cutting over here, you stop back here again, and it's already regrown. So it's incredibly sustainable. The whole world used to be under ocean water, and ever since then it's been demineralizing. So you get the products from the ocean, and it's also the same as the blood in our veins. It's really got everything in it. That's why I say it's nature's perfect balance. See, salt water, especially the darker, colder water, is much more mineral rich, and that's what it's like off the coast of New England. And it's the same as the blood in your veins. It's like one element off from the blood in your veins. You could do a blood transfusion with salt water, and it would be okay for a little while. But that's how close it is. So it makes sense that it works for plants. It's just got everything in it that our human bodies need and plants need. That's very healthy for people and plants and animals. Any other questions? Oh, if anybody comes to Gloucester, look us up. We'll give you a tour of the plant, get you the best seafood you ever had in your life, and then you can get some fertilizer and save the shipping. All right, we're gonna give away 2 gallons.